Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, it's time to sow our lettuces, and I'm going to sow them in the totes that we've got, and that's the way I'm going to do that. I'm going to sow them in the tote that I planted the tomatoes in last year, because I don't want to plant my tomatoes April 1st again in those totes. It's March the 13th, and it's time to get the lettuces sowed. Lettuces do best when it's 70 during the day and 50s at night. Right now we're in the middle of a kind of an Indian summer, and it's 70s during the day and 50 at night, but it's going to go back to freezing again. It's too early for that, but that won't affect the lettuces. So let's get over here and sow some lettuce. Yep, sometimes that does that. If you're wondering what that's called a potato fork. That's a 4-tine potato fork. If you're wondering what the dirt is here, it's just old College Hill Farm dirt out of the garden. Okay, now the tater fork's useless. I've turned everything. Now let's get a rake. Ow, that thing Get out of the way. Okay, the bed is ready to plant. Now, what am I going to plant? Well, first off, I'm going to plant black seeded Simpson. Yes, I bought this, 50 cents. Okay, that much. I'm going to plant about a third of it. Okay, black seeded Simpson. Then, in the black seeded Simpson, I'm going to plant this spring mix. It's called a mescaline mix. That just means mixed up. This has got Bibb lettuce. It's got other kinds of lettuces. It's got arugula. It's got some other things like that. And then finally, and I'll do about half of this. And then finally, I've got garlic bulbules. Have you ever seen one? Let me show you what they look like. This is hardneck garlic. This is what you get with a seed head. Here's what a garlic bulbule looks like. Can you see it there in my hand? It's actually garlic seeds. You don't see garlic seeds much, but I harvested a few I let a few of my hardneck garlic go to seed, and this is what I harvested from it. So let's go over here and plant all this. I'm going to plant all these. There's about 100 seeds in here. I'll start off with the garlic seed. I'm going to plant all of them, but I want them to be dispersed all through it, because what we're actually going to eat is the green part of the garlic. Okay, I'm not going to let them grow up full size. Next, I'll put some black seeded Simpson in here. And yes, I sow it thick. Okay, there's the black-seeded Simpson. Now I'm going to add the mesclun mix. Okay, that's about half of it. Need a little more. Now we use a hoe, not a hoe but a rake, and just gently burn those around, because if you don't, guess what happens? The birds come by and help you if you don't do this. I'm just pushing them down into the soil lightly. Now if we get a good rain this evening, it'll rain them in the rest of the way. Okay, in about 3 weeks those will all be up. By mid-April I'll be harvesting the first set. You can harvest half of the bed, and then in a week or two harvest the other half, and then by the time that half's done, you can come back and harvest the other half. Now, how much did this cost me? I think the mesclun mix cost me $3. The black-seeded Simpson cost me like 50 cents or something, 75 cents. And then the garlic bulbs were free, because I harvested them here myself. So I've got $3.75 into that, and then $4 worth of compost. That was $1.98 a bag for that compost when I bought it last year. I don't know what it'll be this year. I'll have to buy some though. And so I wound up $4.750 into this. The very first harvest will give me equal to 2 of those spring mix containers at Walmart or at Meijer or any of the Krogers or whatever. It will give me 2 of those, and those are about $4 a piece. So I've already made my money back just harvesting half of this, and I will have 3 or 4 harvests out of this. So I've made my money back already 4 times or 5 times over. Okay, so $7, and I'll harvest $28 or $29 worth of, maybe $30 worth of spring lettuces. Of course, by mid-May they're done. Okay, when the heat comes on, they'll say we're done, and the bed will be repurposed for something else. Now, if you like that stuff, this homesteading, do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homesteading stuff every week, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead that week. Now, if you hit the little bell, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, with the occasional short on Saturdays. Now, it's time for me to get on to the next thing. I love you all.